My name is Nicole Demmers. I'm here to explain why we should make medically induced euthanasia legal. What is euthanasia? That is a question many people ask, and when we do not know enough about something, it scares us. Not only does it scare us though, it makes it so that we do not condone it. This is very frequent. Logically, who would condone something they know nothing about? No one. That's why I'm here today. I'm here today not only to educate you about euthanasia, but to give you a chance to make the right call, to make medically induced euthanasia legal. Euthanasia is a practice which is intentionally ending the life of a person in order to relieve pain and suffering. This helps families gain closure for their loved ones, as well as assist the terminally ill in passing on. When people think of this practice, one name normally comes to mind: Dr. Jack Kevorkian, a renowned pathologist. Dr. Jack Kevorkian saw the pain and suffering in those he examined and was determined to end it, therefore devoting his entire life to this cause. By the time of his death, he had helped the suffering and pain end for over 130 people who could not be cured at their end stages of life. Some thought that what he did was appalling, but according to the polls done in 60 Minutes magazine and Vanity Fair magazine, 40% of 967 people thought that it was not as bad as it seemed, and the media had over-exacerbated what he had done. In the United States, euthanasia is more taboo-like than the actual thought. However, we practice this in many ways and try to call it by other names. Patients who have been ailed with incurable diseases have the right to refuse treatment, therefore self-euthanizing. And in some states, it's legal to assist someone in the act of self-euthanasia without the intervention of medical professionals. When a mother becomes pregnant, she can choose to have medical professionals run tests to see if their child in utero will suffer from any conditions. Once a mother receives a negative or terminal result, the first thought is always, what about my baby? This mother's life changed the moment she became pregnant. She chose to love something that she thought would one day change the world. No mother should have to stand by their child as it grows with terminal illness and excruciating diseases. No mother, not one single mother, deserves that. Relief is what family needs when there is nothing left to do, and that is all medical personnel can offer. We offer comfort care. Why not offer relief as well? That is why I think medical euthanasia should be something we offer to persons of terminal illness. While this is a relief that may come in the form of euthanasia, it also may leave an everlasting image of a child who is not hooked up to machines, unable to hold the hand of their mother, unable to have a loving touch, unable to even so much as kiss their parents. The death penalty has taken the lives of 1,429 human beings since 1976, according to deathpenalty.com, or .org, probably. This euthanasia has a different name: execution. Death row inmates are often locked away in solitude for years. Studies have proved that solitary confinement alone can cause mental illness more often than not. Now imagine that and having to replay your heinous acts in your head over and over again.
You're not telling me when to click.
When to click.
How would I know when to click?
Because of what the content is. There you go. Okay. Well, to them, the only way to relieve themselves of their atrocities is to die. Click. You do this humanely. A dose of sleeping medication, a paralytic, and a lethal dose of potassium to stop the heart. Yes, they may have caused suffering, but the justice system has made sure that they paid their price to make them suffer. Ultimately, This is the only way for them to be relieved, and it's the needle. At this point in their life, it's not just them that feel relief, but the families that they harmed, but them and their families as well. If you have ever witnessed someone dying, then you know the feeling of wanting to make sure that it all goes away. This is why I think we should allow medical euthanasia under extreme medical cases. This should be allowed. There should be allowed an option for those who have no other option. Those who beg for suffering to end should not have to beg. Terminal children should not go to their crying parents and tell them it will be okay, and only in a matter of months they'll be gone. We cannot allow pain and suffering to go on for those who do not deserve it, and then call euthanasia execution or non-consent to treat. This is not a light decision, but we can no longer stand by and watch the pain and anguish without offering a solution. There is no cure for Tay-Sachs or terminal cancer or AIDS in its final stage. We need to act, and to act is to offer relief for families, for patients. Why are we sitting back and watching trauma continue to affect our environment, the people around them? Why do we sit there and watch this? We watch this in pain and horror. They watch this in pain and horror. From their eyes, they see it in their family. We need to allow medical euthanasia in this country, not just for the fact of people thinking that it's okay to euthanize human beings, but for the fact that people need relief from excruciating and tremendous pain. I think that euthanasia is something that should be put in medically, legally. And this is a picture of my sister, who was medically euthanized in the state of North Carolina by removing an intubation tube. She was eased of her pain and suffering, and as was my parents.